Years of watching Architectural Digest led Joy to believe that being a homeowner would involve plumping cushions and deciding where her plants would live. Instead, here she is shoveling dirt into a bin bag.
So for the next part of our renovation journey, we decided to focus on the floors. When we first started looking for a house to buy, one of the things that we said would be important is to find somewhere that we could make as energy efficient as possible, because I love my heating, I'm not gonna lie, and we wanted somewhere with wooden floors, so making it as toasty as possible was gonna be a big thing for us.
Under the floor is basically a massive gap, a massive hole, and that hole can lead to loads of drafts. So what we decided to do was pull all the floorboards up, number them, stick them in a spreadsheet so we remember where they went back, and then cover those holes with big pieces of insulation board. This wasn't that much fun, was it?
No. Honestly, out of most of the tasks that we did on the house, this was definitely one of the hardest. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yep.
The house is finally plastered, which is so good, because it felt like it took a while, didn't it?
It did take a while, yeah.
Yeah, even the plasterer said it basically took longer than he thought it was going to take. So I think we thought maybe a few weeks or so, or maybe 4 weeks from beginning to end. And this is probably, is it the 6th week?
I literally can't even know. I think it's 6 weeks, yeah, but
Yeah.
I think they thought the plastering would take 2 weeks.
Okay. 10 days it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think it took more like four weeks, to like 20 days.
It's just a massive relief, I think, to have it finished, because even though at the moment it's still waiting for it to dry, so you can see in these little bits here, it's still quite wet, it's taking a long time to dry. But it's fine, I'm just glad that it's done. I think that's the main thing. And I'm so happy about these as well, these arches. There's one here. It was funny, it was a little bit of an ordeal to get in, because I knew that I wanted an arch in the house in some place, because in the bedroom upstairs, our ceilings are curved, aren't they? I think we mentioned it in our house tour video, and I really loved it. And so when we initially opened this fireplace, it was only like this small, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really small.
It was tiny, and then the builders who we had in basically said that there was potential for it to be a lot higher. And so, Elliot, you opened up the fireplace up to here, didn't you?
Yeah, right up to the lintel.
And then it was like a massive square, but I just thought it'd be nice to have some arches. Initially there was going to be one here, and it was going to be like a shelf, but I think we just decided against it, because at the same time I know some things are trending, aren't they? You don't want to date the house too much. You don't want to put something in that's going to not be timeless. So this one is here, and there is a little one there as well. And then TV. If we hang a TV up, it will be here. What we decided to do is to put these in just in case, didn't we?
Yeah, we decided that like 2 days before the plaster was finishing, we decided
Yeah.
to put them in, so.
Yeah, just because it's nice to have the option. If we don't use it, we'd cover it with art anyway. I guess the next step now, we have to miscoat everything. For anyone who doesn't know what a miscoat is, I didn't actually know what it was before. I hadn't heard of it. But apparently when you plaster, you're not meant to paint straight onto it. You're meant to do a mix of emulsion and water, so like paint, watered down paint, and then do a thin layer of paint, just so that the plaster gets used to being wet.
So that like when you paint on top of that layer of paint, it doesn't just fall off, because if you paint straight onto the plaster like this, it's so smooth, the surface, it will just slide off and crack. Whereas,
it's nice, isn't it? That's the weird thing about this. It is really, really smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's happening here. Shall I take the camera? You can talk about
Sure.
the floor.
You will probably remember from before, the floors didn't look like this. We made the mistake of telling our builder that we were sanding the floors, so they didn't put anything down when they plastered. So I've spent a long time trying to scrape up bits of plaster and clean it up a bit. But also, because we lifted all the floorboards to install insulation, some of the boards got a little bit damaged either during that process, but not many. But then as time's gone on, because they weren't secured to the floor, when the guys have been doing the plastering, like sometimes boards can get a bit damaged. Some with like little chips out of them and stuff like here, which we probably want to replace. So the job for today is to chop up some floorboards that we have left over, because we got a bunch from the kitchen spare. And we'll chop them up and replace any that look a bit too knackered. But most of them are okay. It's just about arranging them so they don't look so weird. So here, where you've got like a straight line cut straight across here, we probably want to stagger them a little bit so that it doesn't look so, weird. This bit we can't really do much about, but I've done that in the hallway and the kitchen already.
Do you want to show it?
So yeah. I took a bunch of these floorboards from where we've replaced the boards in here, and I staggered them so that before there was like a straight line straight across here, and you can see where the other part of the straight line still is, but you can't see that from when you're coming in the door. But this was like 3 in a row here, and they were all like at an angle.
And it looked really weird.
Yeah, so I've staggered it so like the breaks are now here, 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 and here. So look, when it's sanded and stuff, at the moment they're different colours, so you can tell. But when it's sanded, it'll look really a lot more natural.
Yeah.
Which is good. And here we've just got, this is with the boards that we replaced. So these are like damp protected boards. They're just chip boards.
Because these will be under the appliances in this kitchen anyway. This is finished floor. It's been varnished, lacquered. There's some footprints on it because we've been walking on it, haven't we? But it's looking nice. I think we're really happy with it. We went for a lacquer that was a little bit white. It has a tinge of white in it, so that it kind of brings out the lightness in the wood rather than it bringing out the yellow in the wood. I think when we tested with a clear lacquer, it made it look a little bit yellow, but we wanted it to kind of be a bit paler, so that's what we've gone for here. I think we all love a nice little before and after comparison. So this is what the floor looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. It was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it.
If you're excited to see the next part of our journey, we're going to be focusing on the kitchen. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button.
Do it. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on when the next upload drops. Thank you for watching and see you soon.
Bye.